to their Game 2 bans. So the last time the KT Arrows were on blue side, these were the same bans that we had go down.
Yep.
So now what does CJ Blaze do? Their last time...
LeBlanc, okay.
Yep, they were on purple side. It was a LeBlanc as their final ban.
Well, there's a Lulu pickup, and you know, I feel like they just want to reduce the chance of KT really making big plays early. So getting rid of that LeBlanc over the Lulu is kind of nice for that, and it will be ambition on Italy once again, and Daydream picks up Lee Sin. So do you think we're going to see Elise for Cacao again?
Yes, I do, definitely.
Someday on Renekton, of course.
Going back to the Renekton pickup, it has proved pretty crucial in some of these matches.
Yeah. Well, they may just decide to pick up the Caitlyn, it looks like, for Arrow. We'll see.
And when the Jax has been banned, the Renekton has won. Each team has a win with the Renekton tonight.
You know, given that they did get Lulu this game, do you think Draven is a little bit more viable? I guess not, because they blocked in Caitlyn. But before, you know, it was really the Lulu that was making that Draven hard for Arrow to play.
Well, yeah, and
moot point now, but
also I think it's better just for synergy within the team if you pick Lulu that you pick Vayne as well. Caitlyn able to take care of herself a little bit better, but the KT Arrows lacking some primary engage at the moment. I assume we're going to see an Annie or Leona for Hachani.
We'll see. Leona would make a lot of sense.
This is the first time Caitlyn has been played tonight. Been interesting. Of course, Arrow has played a bunch of Caitlyn in the past, but it hasn't really been a priority. Of course, that early wave clear going to help out quite a bit.
Oh, I think this is really smart to take the Leona away. Yeah.
Okay, Nami will work.
Okay, yeah. There's the engage, and so the wild growth target will be Renekton, maybe Elise, but mostly Renekton.
This is a good 4-1 split comp that the KT Arrows have made. They've got disengage, they've got that Elise for the ranged siege from the jungle, and they've got a lot of poke from Lulu and Caitlyn. So Arrows, and then they should win the early game splitting with Renekton as well, so not bad.
Yeah, so who will the AD carry for CJ Blaze be? Graves would be interesting, but there we go. Lucian, of course. Lucian Italy worked really well once the siege ball got rolling last game, and I'd be pretty surprised to see them not pick it this time. You do have to be a little careful.
It's Emperor's comfort pick this season. You just go back to that. He had a little bit overly aggressive flashing at times into fights in the last match, but still his Lucian mechanics, top flight.
Yeah. Well, we are just 46 seconds away now from getting into what could be the final game of the season for the KT Arrows if CJ Blaze takes it. Now let's take a look at that roster. Of course, the top lane that we've been seeing all season long. Really, throughout a lot of the life of League of Legends, honestly.
Well, and Someday did so well on Renekton in the last match. They really did a good job of shutting down Shyvana every time that Flame tried to proxy farm. See if he can repeat his performance. Of course, Rookie was very successful earlier tonight against Ambition's Nidalee. It was pretty dominant performance for Rookie's Lulu going in onto Ambition and denying him a ton of farm.
Yeah, and we see Caitlyn coming out for the first time this game. Arrow looking to play it a little bit safer, a little bit more siege-oriented. And we'll see if that works out. Nami, the pickup for Hachani. Of course, Hachani and Lustboy, one of the two of the few supports out there that still play Nami.
Yeah, this is
still a very good champion.
This is a really interesting game because both teams running 4-1 splits.
Well, let's see whose is better. It is time. The moment of truth has come for the KT Arrows. They've had a great season up to now, but they need to win this game against CJ Blaze if they want to keep it going. Blaze looking to close it out and move it to the semifinals. It's time, guys. Let's get in the game. Well, we may not have the Shy Vana in this game, but we have the Flame Vana, I guess. I don't know. Either way, welcome to game number 4, KT Arrows versus CJ Blaze. Big game for both of these teams. CJ Blaze, a chance to move to the semifinals, and another chance for them to possibly get that spot in the grand finals of the second champion spring in a row. Didn't go too well for them in the finals last year. They really would love to win it this time around. Oh boy. Okay, there we go. Hachani gets it with the Q, yeah.
Well, they have a good idea of what's going on right now. Again, full ward start from Lustboy. We've seen this every game so far. Hachani wanting to start with the support item. Lustboy dedicated to getting those wards. Spear
be
coming
careful here. Hachani gets a little bit caught. A lot of damage onto him. They're going to flash for the stun, and Hachani, very fragile, and first blood goes to Daydream. I am really surprised, actually, that Hachani stuck around that long with such a fragile support as Nami.
Well, also his positioning right there. He got hit by multiple skill shots due to standing in the middle of the brush as opposed to the side.
Very good point, too, yeah. And I mean, easy decision for Lustboy to use that flash to get the stun. And a pretty easy kill. Kakao not too pleased with that one, obviously.
Well, the result is Emperor and Lustboy will be heading up into the top lane. Now, it was a kill onto Daydream, so not the most, it's not going to have the biggest effect. Hachani's still going aggressive right now.
Yeah,
This is smart. They know they're in top lane.
It is true. Not to mention you can get a little bit of gold with that Spell Thief's Edge.
But
he does.
It's going to be hard for them to continue jungling. Flame has to burn a potion.
What? Hachani walks right into the brush. He's going to keep going. What is going on? Hachani goes down again.
Oh boy.
What was that?
We've talked about Hachani's inconsistency and that he sometimes gets himself into positions on the map where he just dies.
Level 99 nerves, man. I don't know.
I think so.
That was just bizarre. I mean, the thing is if you turn around there, you're leading them right into your carry. It's a rough situation to be in.
Now, Flame and Daydream played that really well, turning as soon as he came into the brush. It's going to be hard.
Wow, it's already a near 1,000 gold lead in 3 minutes.
That's
big.
That's really rough.
Everybody with either a kill or an assist on CJ Blaze right now.
Well, Sunday has been farming up in the jungle with Kakao right now, staying out of that top lane. Flame just sticking around to leech some experience around the edge. Emperor and Lustboy, it looks like it'll be a 4-man push here in the top lane, and it's not going to be matched at bottom. So CJ Blaze definitely going to get the faster towers.
Yeah, this is kind of compounding on an already rough situation for the KT Arrows, and how demoralizing for Hachani to die twice in the first couple minutes of the game.
It's really slowed down their push in the bottom lane as well. So Kakao going to come up and see if they can stop this, but...
Ooh, can they actually... No, can't quite collapse onto Someday. Kakao is there.
Daydream is level 3 as a result of getting kind of a kill and assist and having a clearer jungling route.
Yep.
Waves start collapsing here on the turret. Someday getting a lot of experience, actually. Emperor taking some turret damage. Ooh, that's a little... Ooh, they should not have pushed forward like that. They're taking a lot of minion damage as well, and they're trying to trap them behind the turret.
Yeah.
Oh, man, they delayed Blaze so much.
Wow, that was great play from Kakao and Someday, actually, to immediately move, clear the wave, not even give CJ the chance to walk past the turret again.
I think this was really not played well by CJ Blaze.
Yeah.
They didn't collapse on the tower and get the damage down when they had a chance.
Yep.
In fact, they let Someday and Kakao sneak back up in the lane underneath that tier 1 tower.
Easy come, easy go. And that lead is rapidly disappearing for CJ, and that missed Q from Daydream not going to help.
And the question is now, are they even going to be able to get the tier 1 turret? KT Arrows may have found themselves a foothold back into this game in very unlikely circumstances.
Well, normally, I mean, you will have an opportunity to dig yourself out of a hole like the one that KT was in, but I don't think they expected to be able to dig themselves out this quick.
Yeah, well, a bit of a misplay on the 4-man push.
Yeah, it helps.
From Blaze.
Well, that turret's 1 auto attack away from getting taken down, maybe 2. I guess 2. There we go.
They may have been able to zone Flame out of that turret instead of just immediately going for the autos. But we'll see what they do next. Actually, Ambition got chunked out and had to leave the lane, so they're going to be able to put a lot of pressure down on the mid. So actually really good timing from the KT Arrows.
Yeah,
we hadn't seen that beforehand, but this is big for CJ Blaze. They're getting fast pushed.
Well, it really makes Ambition tempted to stick around, but there's just nothing he can do. No health, no mana. And that's going to be some decent damage on the mid lane turret.
And Kakao's just been holding in top lane this entire time. Now they're giving Flame a bunch of free farm in return for this.
Yeah.
Rookie choosing to recall right now, but using the Caitlyn Nami lane, we've seen this time and time again used for very fast sieges. And if we take a look at this composition, KT Arrows have to get a big lead early because that's when their split pushing is going to be, or their 4-1 sieging is going to be the strongest. But once Ambition ramps up with his spears, it's going to flip in favor of Blaze. So they have to get a turret lead, they have to get a gold lead, or they're going to be in a lot of trouble come about 25 minutes into this game.
Well, they've got both of those for the moment anyway, but CJ's so close by that it's almost non-existent. Rookie getting some good farm in the bot lane, and he's got a nice little CS lead. And is this a really early Dragon actually going down for CJ Blaze? Yeah, they're trying it out. 2 level 4s, Rookie coming in. He should be able to poke them off of it, yeah.
He's 6.
Doesn't even need to do anything.
They have to bail immediately.
Yeah.
Lulu going into the side lane now. I love this. Oh, Hachani.
Oh, Hachani caught again. Are you kidding me? There's the spear. Hachani trying to get away. A good Aqua Prison. Can he make it, though? Arrow trying to come in. Will he get a trap down in time? There's the net slowing down Ambition. Q, though, the spear. Arrow really coming through. For his support there.
Using the heal to get the speed up, and then also well-placed trap to stop any pursuit. So they've swapped, very interestingly, they've swapped Lulu into the side lane now. Of course, a big lane bully against this Shyvana. Shyvana doesn't have any MR, started Cloth 5 this game.
Yeah.
So I really like what we're seeing from the KT Arrows. Going to make it even harder for Ambition. So they're doing a really good job of playing out the lead that they acquired due to the faster tower.
And Daydream, safeguarding his way back to the turret.
This is fantastic. This is exactly how you want to play out this comp. Using that Elise, look at that range. Just
oh, wow, there's the Aqua Prison onto Ambition as well. They catch him with the Cocoon. They go in for a little bit of damage, but they need to back off. Yeah, that was a bit overly aggressive. Hachani getting jumped on Cacao. In big trouble now, needs to burn his flash.
Actually,
oh, man.
I loved Cacao's decision-making on that because he saw the wave coming out of the base, so he knew that if he went in, he would have a repel target by the time he came down outside of turret range.
Oh, good point, yeah.
Really smart.
Okay. Touche, Cacao.
Well, I mean, he still got caught a little bit overmuch, but I could see why he would go in on that. It did appear relatively safe at the time.
A blue buff. Easily taken for Ambition. And that's going to help a lot. He really needs that blue buff to have any semblance of defending this mid-turret, but I think it's a little bit too late here. Now, Lustboy coming on to Arrow there. Ambition is there. Hachani poking with that auto. Uh-oh, Ambition in trouble. Safeguard saves his life, and Arrow needs the flash.
Wow, that was so close.
Yeah.
To being a kill for the KT Arrows. And if
really
you power up this Caitlyn this early and she gets that big advantage. Now, she doesn't have a lot of sustain right now, but she does have ebb and flow from Nami, and they are going to be able to push it up. Rookie has shoved up the bottom wave all the way to the tier 2.
Yep.
Man, the rotations from the Arrows have just been fantastic so far.
It's just more of the same, you know, a new game, and now Arrows looking really, really good despite that extremely rough start, especially for Hachani.
Well, the thing about those first bloods that early in the game is that their gold was tuned down. So given the short timer, death timers, and the low amount of gold, it's actually not as impactful as it once was. KT Arrows find themselves with about 1,000 gold lead. So Emperor, let's see if they, nope, they're actually just going to go back down to the bottom lane and let Someday pick up the extra CS on this turret. You know, you'd think they want to take down the last tower right now, but they want to clear out the wave as Flame goes back, and they may just clear it and then rotate afterwards. Or Someday may come down for the dragon. We'll see what the call is.
Yeah. So, Ambition, that Nidalee skin uses DNA to transform.
That Nidalee skin really confuses me.
It looks cool, though. I mean, I'll give him that, but I don't know. Can't really. Ooh.
Well, actually, this is a very conservative call from the KT Arrows. They're just sending everybody back into lane. I think they need to keep their pressure on and the advantage that they have so far in the laning phase.
Do you rotate people up to top now and let Dragon go, or?
Sure, why not? I mean, as long as you can just continue to farm during this period and take down all the outers, you're in a really good situation. Of course, Flame
fight over Dragon right now.
All right, so here's Someday. He actually just cleared out top and then came down. So they bought enough time that they were able to do it.
Yep, no teleports in the top laner, so they do need to hook it the old-fashioned way. Ambition trying to do some damage. There's some poke on the Daydream with the ace in the hole. KT. Oh, that spear needed to hit somebody and it didn't. Dragon getting a little bit low now. Someday looking for his opportunity to jump in. There's a two-man Aqua Prison. Hachani a little bit low. Flame comes into the backlines. Cacao in big trouble. Actually, Daydream gets the Dragon. Cacao with the Wild Growth onto him. Daydream very low as well. Someday tries to claim a victim there, but it will be a kill for Ambition. And everyone backing away as Emperor uses the culling. And it looks like it'll be both junglers going down, but the Dragon did go to CJ Blaze.
And they pushed forward, and Cacao got caught inside of the Dragon Pit by himself right there. So just the siege from Ambition and Emperor, the culling and the spear is doing enough work. Someday is able to hold on to that mid turret. Flame already back up, pushing out that top lane.
Let's watch that replay again.
Yeah, look at what happens right here with Cacao. Hachani is not level 6 yet, so he doesn't have that very crucial tidal wave that really would have turned this fight around in favor of the arrows. And so they turn onto it, but that was just a great engage by Flame with the Dragon's Descent. So they try and help Cacao. Unfortunately, the Wild Growth is not going to be enough to save him in the end. Kill goes over to Ambition, and Flame, flash burnout, manages to escape.
Rookie finds a pink ward, which is always fun. Here we go. Ambition pushing that bot lane now. All right. So KT trying to put as much lane pressure as they can into the top lane. But they'll have to back off a moment. There comes Daydream. Cacao is right in the dry brush. He's going to catch Daydream. Hachani right there as well. Daydream manages to safeguard away. Doesn't get hit with the Aqua Prison. Someday needs to get up here. I'm just putting a little bit more pressure onto the turret, I guess.
Nope. We'll notice here that Arrow actually went for Berserker Greaves before he got a Vamp Scepter. So he really is just there to push towers and deal damage as quickly as possible to towers. So they have to put him in a lane where with a tier 1 tower in it, and they're finally going to do that. But this isn't enough of a lead for the Arrows. They need to keep pressing, keep pushing more. Because again, they will get outscaled, and it's very dangerous to get outscaled in a composition that has identical goals effectively to your own, where you both want to be 4-1 splitting. CJ Blaze has the arguably superior late game team fight right here, and just a better scaling composition overall.
Here we go. Rookie trying to push up his mid lane while KT kind of hangs out on top. And these spears are starting to be a real concern. Ambition wants to go back and buy, but they just need to make sure that this top lane is safe first. Maybe now. Yeah.
Oh!
Whoa, he tried to get the Flash Zenith Blade on a Rookie, but Lulu, pretty tough to catch.
Yeah, didn't use the Solar Flare. Rookies.
Oh, maybe they're going to catch him now. Never mind. There's the slow Rookie. Wild Growth on himself. KT trying to catch up. Rookie trying to get back to his team. There's a 3-man Solar Flare, and Emperor over the top with the culling, doing some decent damage. Arrow trying to get away. Nice tidal wave from Hachani to mess people up a little bit, give Arrow more auto attack time. Not a lot of damage yet, though, from that Caitlyn and from the rest of KT, so they will opt for the disengage.
And magically, nobody actually died from that fight. Now they're trying to contest this blue buff. They really don't want to let Ambition have it.
Oh, they may have to give this one up. I think this is a little bit dangerous. Arrow trying to get the ace in the hole into Daydream. Yeah, they're going to give the blue over to Ambition. Rookie gets the kill on Daydream, though.
But Ambition got the blue.
Yeah, that's a big part of it.
Very critically. So they do get the kill on a Daydream, allows Rookie to grab a red buff, but that blue on Nidalee is just crucial to CJ Blaze's fortunes at this time.
Yeah.
There you go, Rookie looking like he got caught out. He actually dodged a lot of skill shots right there. Comes in with the Wild Growth, delays just a little bit longer. There is a nice ultimate. Hachani gets knocked back and then immediately hits the tidal wave in order to deal a little bit of damage. Arrow doing what he can, getting some good auto attacks down, but it's still really hard for them because they did get jumped on right there, and Rookie was already chunked out before that fight began.
Yep, very true.
Also, Someday has a Tiamat, so his ability to take, he's just very vulnerable to taking one spear or half of the culling and getting knocked out of a fight.
Well, Hachani there now in that top lane with Arrow.
Finally.
Yep, 2v1. And Hachani should be able to zone quite nicely. Yeah, you got the ebb and flow for a little bit of the heal, and if you tied Caller's Blessing yourself too, you can poke quite effectively and slow him, which is kind of alarming to them.
Rookie coming around trying to get a gank down here from behind. And he's not going to find it, but they are going to be able to push up this wave and take this tower more than likely.
Yeah. Kind of starting to look that way. And what is this? Some members of CJ coming down in the back. Looks like they want to go for a 3v2 dive onto Kakao and Someday. Maybe. Nope.
They can't do it.
Flame coming. Yeah, I was going to say. They're just kind of hanging out there. Meanwhile, Arrow's get a turret. Rookie just dueling with ambition, but Emperor is there to put pressure onto that mid lane.
Chani coming down to the bottom. They're definitely not going to be able to do it now. So
yeah, for sure.
Should be enough of a deterrent. They're still posturing a little bit, just trying to draw the minions off of this tower. There's ambition. They're looking to get somebody poked down before they dive, but Hachani's there with the tidal wave. There's no way.
Yeah. Dragging up in about 20 seconds, so if CJ Blaze can get a good set of wards nearby, maybe they can get this next dragon when it comes up, but they're going to need to push away. Hachani gets caught again, and it's what we've been talking about the entire time. He gets the tidal wave off.
Really good solar flare, though, to prevent follow-up from Lustboy.
Yep. Well, Lustboy's been doing really well with that solar flare already in this game.
I don't really know what Hachani expected right there.
I don't know, man. I mean, it's just, I think the nerves are starting to get to this kid, man. He has walked into so many bushes. He's died at least 3 times already this game. In that, 3 deaths, and all 3 of those deaths were very preventable.
I couldn't agree more. He's a new player this season. Yeah. He's still kind of new to the booth and new to this kind of playoff pressure. And
if anything's gonna really cost the KT Arrows, it's playing against a veteran team like CJ Blaze.
I mean, that just cost him 2 objectives. It's huge.
You're not gonna see Lustboy making those mistakes.
It's unfortunate because the KT Arrows played out the early game so well, and now we're deep in the mid game, and they're starting to lose control, and they're starting to get very naturally outscaled.
Yep, and that's kind of the danger of not really getting that siege early enough with their comp.
Well, they got the first 2 towers down nice and early. I think they could have pushed top harder and just let that dragon go. Yeah,
it's like they kind of just sort of gave up. They're like, all right, that's enough. But it really wasn't at that point.
Now they've got a bit of a gold deficit, and it's looking grim.
Yeah, pretty grim. They want to make a play on the Rookie here, but I don't know. A lot of damage from Ambition already on the Rookie. And if KT gets knocked out, I'm going to miss watching Rookie. He's been a real pleasure to watch in the mid lane.
Rookie has had a really good night tonight.
Yeah, he has. They're going to catch Daydream for the moment. There's some nice poke coming in from Arrow. Nice moves here. Hachani gets a little bit caught, though. Again, good Glitterland. Solar Flare really helping, slowing down Rookie. Needs to flash it ult himself. Arrow trying to back away. Hachani gets kicked out, a little bit of damage onto him. Ambition caught by the Aqua Prison. Doesn't help Kakao. There's the tidal wave through everything, but it's a bit late as KT can't capitalize. Someday, hello. Well, he got to that fight someday, but it's a little bit too late. He's going to go down despite the ultimate. Arrow keeping people alive by kiting, doing damage. Arrow gets 1 kill, and KT starting to turn this one around. Strangely enough, so many people just getting out with no health left, and wow. CJ coming back onto Arrow, and Rookie got a little bit too close. Now I don't know if they're going to be able to get out of this one. Rookie backs away, and that was a close call. KT playing with fire 100% in that team fight.
Yeah, trying to give me a heart attack. Wow.
No
Someday late to that fight, but they still managed to turn it into a kill, but the blue buff handed over once again. Ambition, fortunately for the Arrows, not going to be the beneficiary of this blue buff.
Yeah.
Cow now coming back into the mix. And strangely, it looks like Rookie is going to be going for a Void Staff as his second item, just to chunk a little bit harder. I guess he sees that there's not a lot of magic resist on the table right now and thinks that's the best way to get a fast power spike.
Well, I mean, with the slow scaling with his AP as well, too, I mean, he can get that better slow if you can get the fight in the narrow corridor and give Arrow time to kind of kite back a little bit more effectively. Hachani time to set up, so.
Arrow is ahead in this game,
he is,
so they really need to play around his strengths.
Yep, they want to keep him that way.
Carry.
It does help out Hachani a lot, too, as well. It takes a little bit of the load for CC and team fights off of him.
Those corridor fights are good for both teams, but I have to agree, though. I think they're a little bit better just due to Tidal Wave as opposed to Solar Flare, but Lustboy has been much better about using his ult this game.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, one good solar flare can counter 2 mediocre, tidal wave and glitter lances.
All right, well, Sunday done with split pushing in the top lane, at least for the moment, and CJ's all over the buffs.
There's a solar
again.
flare. They chase him away anyway. And that's a lot of damage onto Arrow already. Those Nidalee spears starting to hurt quite a bit.
Well, Blaze is masterfully just switching from one side of the map to the other. They see Sunday in the top lane, so they move down. They took the blue buff, they took the red buff. They're just torturing KT in their own jungle at the moment. KT is very late on a lens swap as well. I just noticed this. They've got 1 lens in 21 minutes compared to 4 on CJ.
Yeah,
this is really not good. They're not going to be able to get control over their jungle if they don't switch.
Oh, Someday gets jumped on. Can they pick him, though? He's already pretty tanky. Gets kicked away, though. Daydream trying for the Dragon's Rage to seal the deal, but didn't quite get the positioning.
Yeah, they should have lens swapped like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, there's not really a lot of easy ways to deal with the vision that CJ is bringing into their jungle.
Well, and if we talk about poke and siege compositions,
there's some poke.
It's just exactly what you want to do is to, if you have the vision advantage, it makes it a lot easier to land those skill shots that will then transition into objectives.
Oh, Arrow. I thought he dodged that one, but I guess he didn't quite get far enough away.
He's got some good sustain, though, with...
oh, yeah, of course, Bloodthirster, and he's got Zeal to attack even faster, so...
Yeah, Nami as well, so
yep.
he'll be all right.
Yep.
Flame goes back right now, heads up to farm the top lane. Dragon in 45 seconds, so Flame actually thinks better of it and then immediately rotates down towards Dragon.
Yeah. Well, they're going to need to either defend this mid lane turret or be ready to team fight. Maybe both. Looks like it's going to be a fight here as Someday mixes it up a little bit with Daydream. They draw the Culling out. Flame coming in from behind. There's a tidal wave to knock him out. They might need that later. Flame a little bit low. Solar flare slowing people down. Ambition coming over the top. There's a nice wild growth onto Someday, keeping him alive, letting him do more AoE damage. Cacao has to back out, and Ambition, a bit caught, manages to get the kill onto Cacao before he goes down.
And Flame somehow stays alive through that. It's so impressive to watch Flame play because he knows his limits so well. You think, why the hell are you going on to Arrow right now, man? But he makes it work. He chunks out Arrow and still... Well, they trade 1 for 1.
That shows a lot of faith in your team, too, to make an engage like that and count on everybody to be where you need them to be. Worked out okay, but still KT is going to be able to take this Dragon, it looks like.
They're going to get low. They're trying to front load some damage via the Caitlyn ultimate onto Emperor Rookie, tanking up the Dragon with his shield, but they don't have a smite there.
Achani can zone quite nicely,
Daydream is around the sides. They need to make sure
there
Daydream is nowhere near that Dragon.
Yep, they should be able to get it now. And they will, yeah. Dragon goes to the KT arrows.
And then back to pushing. But look at that. Flame rotates up to the top lane. He sees a huge minion wave. He's like, let's give up Dragon. I'll just take top tower. So I think that's the better call for Blaze. No need to take a risk. Daydream saw, tested it out. So he's like saying, maybe I can get in here. Maybe I can get close enough to get a smite off while they don't have it. But that's all right. Then we can just go ahead and let it go without dying. And
well, there's a pretty big difference in terms of map control between being 1 turret down and 2 turrets down, or 3 to 1 more accurately.
Yeah,
that's pretty big.
Especially since you really needed to open up the lanes if you're going to be sieging later on in the game.
Yeah, they need that ability to go in and get map control now, much more than they needed the Dragon Gold. KT, though, going to try to push up the mid lane again.
Every passing minute though, it gets harder and harder for the KT Arrows to actually close this one out.
Yeah, CJ Blaze starting to take a gold lead now as well. And Ambition might be able to get this bot turret pretty unopposed. Just looking at the minimap at the moment. Yep. Yeah, he'll get it. So now the turret's evened up. All of the outer turrets down for both sides. And Blaze bringing this one back in a big way. KT resorting to try to get picks here.
Clear out some wards, going after that pink. They still haven't fully lead swapped yet. They should have 3 or 4.
Oh, they don't yet. Only 1 on the top laner and 1 on the jungle.
Yeah, it's really not a good situation for KT to be in. And they're going to have to back off. They're not going to find a pick right there. Just too many wards, too much cautious play from CJ Blaze as they continue to split push. Flame very comfortable in just shoving up the wave as it is. He's got a couple of kills, so confident in his item build so far. Renekton not terribly tanky yet, still lacking that Sunfire cape, just having the Tiamat for a little more damage. And Lost Boy and Daydream going to support him on this side of the map.
And now the real siege begins from CJ Blaze. They've got the culling, they've got those Nidalee Spears doing a lot of damage between the Death Cap and the Athenes. And they can push these lanes up pretty much at will.
Flame not going to check that brush.
Oh, they get the slow onto Ambition, but still tough to lock down a Nidalee.
They're seeing Sunday's rotation into mid right here very easily. All the wards they have on the top side of the map, and KT has just been pressured in, so they haven't had a chance to get anything. Bubble not going to hit Lust Boy. Sunday still probably able to win these duels against Flame for the moment.
Well,
but
the arrows.
KT pretty much a level down across the board, however. They've been grouped up more frequently in the early games, so they've had to share experience just a tad. And also, CJ Blaze has been able to farm their jungle really efficiently due to their vision control.
Well, I think this is really a game that is a very good example of just veteran team versus team that still has to gel a bit, team that needs a little bit more experience, because CJ is playing so methodically right now, so patiently, which is really tough to do in a crucial game like this.
Yeah, it is. And not only that, but the KT Arrows, even if they lose here in this game, this is an impressive debut season for them.
What a season.
They are really scary.
Well, they were a team that we always talked about for a long time, you know, wait till these guys get into champions. Now they finally did make it to the round of 8. Yeah, even if their season ends here, it's been a great one.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know, but they just competed in NLB last season, and they made it really far. They even knocked out SKTS in NLB, despite not even being a team in champions.
You know, in other SKTS news, they just got 2-0'd by CJ Frost, actually.
Yeah, last night in the NLB quarterfinals. So exciting times coming ahead, and Frost has definitely been looking a lot better.
Yeah, that's right. Well, the CJ organization as a whole has gone through quite a dry spell lately, and it's good to see the teams coming back a bit.
Still not up to the glory days of Frost versus Blaze semifinal or final, but maybe next season.
Maybe. They're one of those esports organizations that, you know, does just keep coming back, you know? They've been very good in the Korean scene for a long time in various games, and I'm sure we'll see it for many years in League of Legends as well.
We're hitting the danger zone really for KT Arrows, where the outscaling is pretty dangerous at this stage.
Oh, Emperor may have gotten caught here. Well, has to flash. Someday burning his as well, but they didn't catch him.
They're trying to get a pick right there, but as they do it, Flame is base race.
Are we going to see a base race? I guess so. Rookie tanking a little bit. Someday's going to take over that one. Meanwhile, though, it looks like CJ actually way ahead in the base race. We'll see how much Kakao can defend, but at least not known as the greatest anti-siege champ. Yeah, they might have to lose an inhibitor here. They will, and CJ Blaze just completely out-rotating KT. Very impressive.
KT Arrows tried to get that pick, and CJ Blaze just immediately responded by going after the turret, and the call from the Arrows was to go for mid, but they were just way too far behind at that point.
Oh, Arrow. On a secret mission deep behind enemy lines.
Well, he was on a secret mission and then he decided that he didn't want to give up a free Baron.
Yep. Mission canceled.
They can push up mid, though.
Oh, they can. Or can they? CJ going for the Baron here. This is it. Rookie coming in. And Johnny, there's Someday. They're going to turn on to him immediately. Someday trying to get back to his team. Tidal wave over the top. Rookie comes in with the wild growth. Now Someday can engage a little bit more. Kakao gets kicked out. And Arrow just trying to do damage, but just not able to do enough. Just too far behind. Kakao goes down. Flame backs off. Someday needs to disengage as well. And Ambition throwing in those spears. And Daydream goes deep onto Arrow. Arrow trying to kite back as well, but just still not much damage. They do get the kill onto Daydream, though. So both junglers go down, and it looks like KT has managed to sort of stall this for the moment anyway. Rookie getting really close. He gets the kill onto Lustboy. And now the chase from KT. How far can they go with it, though?
They've got that whimsy. They're still hunting him down. Rookie looking for an opportunity to glitter lance. He's got to hit 2 or just
lance.
1.
Whoa, that would have been a deadly spear. Had it connected. They're going to take the red buff and be satisfied with that.
Someday continuing to press up lanes right here. 2 super minions, as we can see, already pushing into the base in the bottom lane. Cacao is... Where is Cacao going? Looks like they want to go for a solo dragon while some people stay or go back to deal with the super minion push.
Yep, looks like that's the case. Ambition, though, pushing ahead with Daydream in that mid lane, or I'm sorry, with Flame in the mid lane.
Someday they're able to tank the tower, do a lot of AoE with that Tiamat. They're going to grab the dragon as well, so... KT coming back into this Ambition again with the blue buff. I mean, he has been helped so much by all of the blue buffs he's been able to take from the KT arrows.
So pretty good, and they're going to go for Baron again. There is a ward there. Rookie, though, trying to worry about that mid lane. Now he whimsies ahead. He knows what's up. This Baron, though, will it be down by the time they get there? Looks like it'll still have a little bit of health left, but I don't think that KT can steal this one. Plus Boy trying to zone with the Solar Flare. He does do that successfully. There's the Baron in favor of CJ, and now the siege begins. Guess you could call him Siege J Blaze now.
That's right. Siege J.
I'll show myself out.
Their new name. Well, it's going to be really hard.
Yeah,
going forward. Arrow does have a Phantom Dancer, so at least he's going to be more useful in team fights. He really wasn't doing much damage to that Shyvana before. Picked up a red pot as well. Rookie, luckily, going to get a blue buff. That is huge for their defense on this siege coming in.
Yeah, there's kind of a silver lining to losing that Baron.
Well, they're still, in spite of losing the inhibitor, in spite of losing the Baron, they're still only about 2,000 gold down. Now, they're going to get outscaled, so it's actually more than that, but the possibility of a comeback is still present.
Definitely true.
But unlikely.
Arrow manages to sneak that red buff from his own side of the jungle before Daydream and Lustboy show up. And all the action is going to be on this bottom turret now. It's a bot lane party, and everyone's invited.
All right. See how well they can dodge spears right now. Cacao does have that Banshee's Veil for a little bit of frontline pressure.
It's a spear dodging party, and you don't want to be invited. Arrow takes a little bit of damage from the culling, but not really much to speak of with the sustain that he has, of course. And they defend this turret pretty well. Oh, Rookie manages to keep this inhibitor alive.
They're going to have to give up 2
inners, there's just too much pressure from these minions coming in.
Flame now coming down looking for a flank. He's just trying to draw them off the tower so they can safely take
they're
it.
Gonna
so
get
there's
it.
One.
It's the slow grind that comes with that Baron buff.
Yeah, Wave's pushing back out there, fortunately, for the inhibitor, so that's been stalled out at least for the moment.
Yep.
And the minion wave also shoved out in mid, so Flame's got a long way to go to get back into the mid lane in order to start putting some pressure on again. So KT Arrow's actually not doing too bad in terms of this defense, all things considered.
Yeah, Flame with the split push, though. And really, I mean, KT just trying to outlast this Baron buff now. Looks like they're going to lose a mid tier 2 turret. Yep. So 7 turrets to 4 now in favor of CJ Blaze. Ambition still very fragile, as we can see. Wow, getting extremely low. Has a heal, has a Baron buff, but the burst is definitely something to be worried about.
Yep, and Someday is able to clear out these lanes pretty efficiently by himself as well.
Yeah.
CJ is not really going to be in a position to make to take an inhibitor turret unless the KT Arrows make a pretty massive error. Just too early and too much wave clear for KT. Game's too close. It's definitely not too early. It's just that the game is very close right now in terms of items. So they're not going to be able to push the issue on a dive.
Makes sense. Ambition, he needs to start landing those spears.
His heal is huge right now, even if Rookie does hit him with the Hell Picks and the double Glitter Lance. It doesn't do a whole lot to him overall.
Well, that's the thing, is that Rookie's poke could be healed through, but Ambition's poke not so much. Flame getting chased away by Someday, or vice versa, as Someday has to turn around. And now more action in the bot lane. There's the culling to push away Arrow. Arrow took a lot of damage there. He needs to be careful. Yeah, they need to clear the wave. No way for Arrow to really sustain off of that. That turret taking damage. Cocoon onto Ambition. Ambition needs to be careful. You're still squishy. keep that in mind. Rookie chasing. Ace in the hole gets blocked by Daydream. Ambition managed to heal back up. And Rookie needs to be careful here. Oh, a spear came through the wall and nearly hit him.
Flame is currently winning the duel in this bottom lane. He did pick up a Cutlass earlier, so he's actually dealing some decent damage right now.
Yeah, Someday getting a little bit low, has to pop that ultimate. Flame with his ult as well, but has to back off. For now, the inhibitor is safe, but the bot lane inhibitor turret, not quite as safe. Emperor takes that one out. Another vulnerable inhibitor.
And Flame dies as Rookie comes in and rotates up into the top lane.
Well, nice move for KT there. Baron up in, or Dragon rather, up in a minute. Baron we're going to have to wait a little bit longer for.
Yeah, okay. Well, bit of a tense situation.
Yeah, very tense situation. And let's watch the replay here. Let's see how Flame died. Just
Rookie
a good run
comes
from
up.
Rookie.
There's the Whimsy onto him right now. Flame gets caught up by the Wild Growth and the stun from Renekton. So just chain stuns right there, change CCs.
Easy decision to make. But since when has Flame been afraid of dying in a couple games tonight?
Well, they got a turret too, so it's hard. It's not like he died for nothing. They were able to keep the pressure on. It's not like the KT Heroes are able to respond. They're trying to set up a pick right now. Very clever in the mid lane.
I got to say, Flame all night long pretty much has done a good job of sacrificing himself for objectives for his team. It's an interesting change of pace.
Indeed. Well, they're still looking.
There's a Lustboy gets caught. A lot of damage onto him. Can he get away with the flash? Ace in the hole. Huge heal from Nidalee comes in. Plus that summoner heal as well.
That was 2 summoner heals.
Yeah, that's what it does. Oh, Cacao gets hit with the solar flare. Daydream kicks him back. Tidal Wave comes through at the same time, though. Someday trying to get into the back lines. Rookie manages to get the kill. Onto Draven. Oh, the spear, though. Equalizes the kill count. Both junglers down now.
I feel like I've seen this a lot.
Yeah, I think
Both
I have
junglers
too.
dying as they try to engage, but that was a really nice turnaround spear there.
Yeah, well.
Onto Cacao. Daydream got a little bit caught out in the back line, tried to kick him in, but the Mikhail's Crucible came down. And
KT tried for this Dragon here, but can they do it? Solar Flare, no doubt, going to be coming down in a second from Lustboy. No, he doesn't have it. The cooldown's still there, and Ambition takes the Dragon. Someday's going to chase Emperor, though. Emperor, there's the flash. Someday gets the kill. He's going to go into Ambition now. Meanwhile, Lustboy gets a bit caught out. This is a big moment for KT. They get 3 kills. Can they capitalize? They need an objective. Baron up in 31 seconds, so they won't be able to quite get that. But can they maybe, just maybe, get an inhibitor off of this?
Now they have the Caitlyn and they have a Lulu with Sheen, so they're trying to deal damage to this turret. Wave not there yet. It's going to go down a lot faster when that wave gets there.
They need to dodge Nidalee spears while they do that. Looks like they will be able to get the inhibitor. That is big, man. KT turning it around, getting their own inhibitor, and they should be able to disengage. Yeah, Emperor and Lustboy not able to participate, and that was big. KT suddenly back in this game.
Well, Someday did a remarkable job of getting on top of Emperor and Lustboy right there, and he does a surprising amount of damage. He's built a Hex Drinker as well for that MR. They're going to transition this straight.
They're going to try to go for Baron here. Emperor and Lustboy did just come up. This is a huge risk for KT. I don't know if this was the wisest decision, and Hachani takes a big chunk from a Nidalee spear. Flame comes through, tries his own. Baron getting very, very low. Daydream waiting for an opportunity, gets knocked up with the Wild Growth, and he steals it! He steals Baron! Tidal Wave comes through. CJ trying to make something on his Flame, doing so much, and CJ will take the Baron! They'll take the fight! Will it be an ace? Rookie managed to make it out. He'll recall a double kill though for Emperor, and that could be game. In fact, that almost certainly will be game if they decide to just go for the top inhibitor. Rookie 1 against 5 here. Yeah, they're just bypassing it, man.
Flame.
Oh, man, Flame.
Really coming up big there for his team.
That Nidalee spear onto Hachani, too. Dude.
Wow, Flame just zoning him out, though, from the pit, making it so hard to put the final damage down.
I think this is about it. The Nidalee spear. Ambition's been so good all night long. There goes the Nexus turrets, and nobody's going to be up in time. Cacao and Hachani, no time. There it is. GG, and CJ Blaze makes it to the Champion Spring semifinals.
Wow, very hard-fought series from both teams. CJ Blaze turning it on and getting up. There's Coach Sun in the booth, getting it out with some of his players. Very
really
happy.
Playing the best series of the tournament so far, and what a time to do it.
I talked to him a little bit before the game, and he was very nervous.
I would be too.
Nervous. Yeah. And he said, who do you think is going to win? I'm like, you, of course.
You know, I was talking to people, all the other casters and things before the games as well. Nobody really was willing to predict it.
It was a very unpredictable.